This is it. I am almost on holiday. Almost. Few things to tidy up, like the new email address I just created that I promptly forgot the password for. Think my brain. Kylie worry. There is a brain fog chronicles moment for us. Seriously, I could not believe how quickly I forgot, and I thought that I'd saved it to last pass, and it didn't happen. Wah! This is private practice. The things that we do to ourselves. But I've made it through to 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, and I did have a little conniption yesterday, but we're over it. And it had nothing to do with anything other than me having a completely unrealistic expectation that everything would be finished and tied up with a nice neat bow around it and neatly handed over to everybody. And when you've been in a business that is machinations, like stuff goes on, things don't stop for a month. So the fact that I take myself out of this business for a month, things aren't going to stop. Things don't need a stop-start point. So that's a part of my need to be in control personality that has not served me well, but I have become increasingly aware of. So anyone else out there who is a overachieving control freak, we've got lessons to learn. So here are some of the lessons I have learned over the last 8 weeks. Jill Johnson Young, nice to have you here. I'm wondering, do you know any over-controlling control freaks in your world, apart from me, that you're sitting there giggling and listening and possibly forwarding this video to a lot of people in your world? I will try to be kind. I am one of you. You are my people. It's okay. We get things done. That's why we are often tasked with a lot of stuff. What have I learnt over the last 8 weeks? Well, the very first thing I learnt was I need to get out of my own way. I really was tripping over myself and over other people in allowing the talent or the people in this business to do the things that they have been tasked to do and that they want to do. So here I am thinking that I'm serving and being helpful. I'm not serving and being helpful. I'm getting in the way. So again, that's another aspect of me not wanting to give up control, because nobody can do it as well as me unless it's something that Sophie does, because I don't even ask now. She just gets it done. It's awesome. Another thing that I've learned is I still have completely unrealistic expectations of time. And that's really hard. So for me, as somebody now who doesn't work full time all the time, I know it looks like I do, but I don't. When my health kicks in, and to be honest, I don't feel 100% today. I've been kicking around a fabulous migraine today, which will leave my head very shortly. But I still have this completely unrealistic expectation of time. And I think it's going to be something that I need to be aware of. It's obviously a trigger for me when I start behaving in a way where I just go, yep, and try and work it out later. It's not serving me well. So I thought that I had apprehended that. I thought by getting rid of a lot of clinical clients that would apprehend that behavior. No, it's bigger than that. It's probably rooted in childhood stuff, because isn't that where everything goes? Don't need the therapist getting on here psychoanalyzing me. I've got enough self-awareness. It's okay. But I think this unrealistic expectation of time thing is a big challenge. So that's something that I am obviously going to need to be working on over the following months and years. Kate Piper, lovely to see you. I am looking forward to seeing you in October. Kylie Worry, it's okay, Kylie. Nothing blew up today. It's all good. So what else have I learnt? I have learnt that task assignment is not the same as delegation. So I thought I was awesome at delegation until I realized what I'm really good at is assigning tasks. So delegation is when you delegate appropriately, you're giving decision-making authority, you're making sure that a person has the knowledge, the skills, the abilities, the resources to be able to work out and problem solve on their own. So there's some development for me as a leader in this business and a leader in my life to be able to appropriately, confidently, humanly delegate appropriately and get all this stuff and pressure out of my head. And for people who want to do the things, allow them to do the things. So a question that I'm going to start asking is, what do you need from me? What do you need from me to be able to do this? And be satisfied when the answer is nothing. And then we get to deal with my significance issues after that as well. What else have I learned? My tasks in this business have really changed. So when I start, and I think this is a developmental stage, anybody who starts off their health practice or any sort of service delivery practice starts off when it's just them and they grow into a team or a multi-service environment. I think this is a developmental stage that we're all going to go through. So are you prepared for this? I have for a very long time identified with being somebody who serves clients by serving clients one-on-one or in small groups or selling information or doing things. And that's really been my business identity or my professional identity. So I would have all my clients and my delivery things as my cornerstones, my big rocks in the jar of my calendar for the week. And then I would fit everything in around it. So social media, blog writing, marketing, development, leadership, people management. But what I've noticed in preparing for this time away is that has changed. So while my client delivery is still my most important thing, I don't do anywhere near as much of it as I used to, and I'm still running out of time, which goes to show you how extended I have been for a really long period of time. One of the first things you have to get over when you're used to being extended is feeling like you're not working hard enough. But it was a really interesting exercise for me that I am not handing over things as a clinician. I am handing over business operations. I haven't handed over a client because all my clients are so well taken care of, they haven't needed me. So, no, Joe, we don't need anything for a month. Some significance issue work is going to need to be done come October. What else have I learnt? That it now takes more than 3 days for me to hand over and be prepared for leaving for a month's vacation. So I used to be able to do it in a day, but it's no longer reasonable or a reasonable expectation of myself and my time. I now need to be giving myself probably 3, maybe 4 weeks of handing over, and that's got nothing to do with the competence of the people I'm handing over to. It's got everything to do with me feeling secure that I have handled the handover well and making sure that I am confident that I can let go and get on an aeroplane and not check in every 50 seconds as opposed to every minute, because I figure I might do it less than that. So some really key learnings for me over these last 8 weeks, which I appreciate. And what's awesome is that this doesn't stop. So I'm going away for 4 weeks. The world isn't going to stop. We're going to win the cricket, which is very exciting. I've put it out there. I have been able to communicate with a range of people. I've been able to set things up really well. I now need to go back and work out where on earth this password is for this new email account, which is a secret email account. And the only person allowed to know about it is Sophie. Where are the bubbles, Kylie? Well, I've had a migraine today, and champagne and I are not good friends, and I don't want to trigger a 4-day migraine. So I'm actually just drinking straight water out of my beautiful cup because I don't want to have a migraine on a long haul international flight, because that would just be disgusting. They might not even let me on. Anywho, we're not going to end there. That's just not an image that you need. What I want to encourage you to do is spend some time reflecting on what you know about yourself. So I've been quite vulnerable here with you today, talking about the things that I think trigger me and my own development and what that means for me as a leader in this business and a leader in my life. So I am looking forward to doing and practicing some of the exercises that I've got all ready for the Success Mindset Masterclass, because I think I need to do them again now, which is the power of this thing. Very, very cool. So I will be back live for This is Private Practice on or around the 9th of September, but I've got some repeats of older episodes or previous episodes scheduled in social media, so you can't miss me too much. You will be able to live vicariously through me. I'm really looking forward to sharing some stuff while I'm away and showing you the joy of what it's like to be able to let down. I wonder how I'll go with wanting to check in all the time. Stay tuned for those aspects of This is Private Practice. But until I return, go be your awesome self. Make sure you take time to replenish and recharge this weekend. and I'll see you very soon.